Hello guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today is just going to be a quick tutorial. This was actually requested by one of our customers. He was asking if we could make parallax sections using Motion.page, and the answer is yes. Here's the example that he provided. Just something like this. It's pretty basic, and I'm just going to show you quickly how to make this in Motion.page using Oxygen Builder. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a new page and we'll call this Parallax. All right, publish, and then we'll edit this with Oxygen. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'll create 3 sections in total finally, but just to start with, we'll focus on one. Now, what we want is a height of 100 viewport height, and then I've prepared some images over here with Unsplash. I recommend images that are longer, so they're kind of portraits. This is going to work much better for our use case. So I'm just gonna copy image address on this. And remember guys, when you put images as a background, if you've got more than one like this, do it on the ID, just so it can remain unique. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a class, and I'm gonna apply the class to every section. And then we're gonna control the class in Motion.page. And what we're gonna do in Motion.page is change the background position property. So I will show you that in a second. But first, let me add this class. I'm gonna call it MP Parallax. Sorry, that will be a hyphen. MP Parallax, like that. Then on here, I'm going to change the background size to cover, no repeat, and then I'm going to leave these two blank because I want to control these in Motion.page. Now on the ID, I want to put an image overlay. And then what I'm going to do is change the layout horizontal, middle, center, and then I want to add some text here. Text color white. And then let's add some text. This is the first section. I'm also going to add a shadow to this. Alright, something like that. And then now what we can do is just duplicate this section 2 times. And then I'm just going to change the background images here. Alright, so that's how to set up the sections. Now all we need to do is open up Motion.page and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create a new timeline here. We'll call this Parallax as well. Open up our new page. Now, Parallax works as you scroll, so obviously we'll need to change the trigger here to scroll trigger. We want to lock this to the scroll bar. And I'll show you this after, but for now, let's just go ahead and target the class that we set up, which was MP Parallax. Hit enter. So you can see the first instance of this class is highlighting, which is good. Then what we want to do on from, we want to change the background position, and on the y-axis we want to put this to a higher value. So what this is doing is it's starting from the bottom and we want it to go to the top. So if we put a value here of something like 20, what's going to happen is the image is actually going up really slowly. Now if I change these values around, you'll see the opposite effect, which we don't want. So 2080, now you can see the images are just kind of scrolling up way too fast. Now this image here is because the height is not as big as the height of this one. Because these have the same class, they're all animating at the same time, which we don't want. So what we'll need to do for that is click on this. So now when each class reaches the start viewport, they're going to animate from the start each. Now you can see we have a really weird issue going on. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure that there's no issues, make sure ease is set to none. And as you can see, that's fixed a little bit of one of our problems. The next thing I'm going to do is turn the delay to 0. We don't want any delay on this. Now, the other issue we have is there's a weird pause going on, and that's because the start viewport has some space here. We want the animations to start as soon as it reaches the viewport. So I'm going to change these values so that they span the whole screen. So 100% there, and I'm going to change this to 0%, and this should work now. So now we have this nice effect going on. Look to scroll bar. I'm just going to refresh this just in case. Alright, looks pretty good. I'm going to save the timeline. And let's have a look at this on the front. So I'm going to use the scroll bar here. Nice parallax effects. Yeah, that's perfect. So it's a little bit similar to this one. You can see the backgrounds move up way slower than the actual section itself. And once again here, the background's going up way much slower than the section itself. So that's how I would create a parallax effect like this. Now obviously, don't forget you can play around these values. You can use more extreme numbers like this, 0 and 100. Save timeline, check that on the front. So we have another interesting effect going on there. It's very similar, obviously, the values are just a little bit more extreme, that's all. And then obviously you'd want to change your text here. You get the idea. Save that. And there you have it. Like I said, a very quick tutorial making a parallax effect like this. It does not take too much time, and I hope you like it. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. Next week we're going to have quite an exciting tutorial coming. If you like what Apple do on their websites, then do stick around, because we will be making a page similar to the ones on Apple, on the Apple website. So thanks again, and I will see you next week. Thank you.